why did you start this company? What is the unfinished business that you are trying to accomplish with this new company?
Look around. In the past 10 years, every startup who's tried has failed. I'm scared, yeah. We knew it was really hard, but then again, looking around, if we didn't try, who else would?
So, nothing. What are we here to do? We're here to make tech fun again. We've had our heads down working hard on it.
Today, we are going to talk about nothing. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm talking about the London-based consumer electronics brand started by Carl Pei, the former co-founder of OnePlus. His Twitter bio reads, "Let's make tech fun again." And that's exactly why he quit OnePlus to start another company where he could have more freedom in how he wanted to approach design and engineering. Nothing is backed by some of the most influential people in tech, like Tony Fadell, the creator of the iPod, Casey Neistat, the famous YouTuber, and also the co-founders of companies like Twitch and Reddit. You see, Nothing is a very young company. To speed up the execution, they partnered with a company called Teenage Engineering from Sweden to design their very first product called Nothing Year 1. By the way, it's the same company behind the design of Rabbit R1, a viral product from CES 2024. Nothing made a very clever decision of launching its earbuds before the smartphone. At the time of its launch, there were not many premium yet affordable earbuds in the market. Also, people tend to own multiple audio devices compared to smartphones. It was launched for just $99 in the US market and for even lesser price of 5,000 rupees in the Indian market. With this extremely value for money product, Nothing started gaining a lot of fans and started entering the households of tech enthusiasts globally. In India, Nothing sold 4,800 units in the first 2 minutes of its sale on Flipkart, which means 40 units a second, and eventually grabbed a market share of 7% in wireless earbud space in their debut quarter itself. Here is what Carl had to say about their market entry strategy in a pod with Kunal Shah.
We let other people try new things. We let them waste time, waste money, and maybe they're successful, that's fine. They create the category, we find the loophole or the opportunity in the category that other people have created, and we wedge ourselves in with a differentiated approach.
Well, I would say it's a pretty great strategy for a young company. When the Nothing Phone 1 launched in 2022, it had already gained a lot of interest from tech enthusiasts, bloggers, and media. At the time of launch, Carl Pei had over 500,000 followers on Twitter, and the majority of the brand mentions happened on Twitter itself. The unique design, the glyph UI, and the specs made it quite a talk of the town before and after the launch. Over 1 crore enthusiasts had joined the notify list on Flipkart even before the very first sale went live, and they sold more than 1 lakh phones in the first 20 days itself. Nothing wanted to position itself as a premium brand that is more accessible than, say, something like an Apple or a top-of-the-line Galaxy phone. And to tap into the price-sensitive consumer electronics market, they launched a sub-brand called CMF, where you can find smartwatches, earphones, and a lot more. Over a short span of just 3 years, Nothing has built a strong fan base of enthusiasts and users, and the Nothing community forum is very, very active. The subreddit called Nothing Tech has close to 30,000 subscribers. Pretty impressive, I would say. They also managed to raise a funding of $11.5 million just from their community of fans and tech enthusiasts. India has been one of the major markets that they have been focusing on. It's pretty evident by their India-specific GTM activities. For example, Carl Pei collaborated with some of the most popular influencers in India, including the likes of Tech Burner, Technical Guruji, Ranveer Allahabadia, and Kunal Shah. Most recently, they roped in Ranveer Singh as their brand ambassador. Also, if you have been following Carl on Twitter, you must have seen he briefly changed his username to Carl Bhai, starting a hilarious trend where many of the users on Twitter added Bhai to their username. Aravind Srinivas, the co-founder of Perplexity, replied to Carl requesting him to add his search engine tool to Nothing phones. And he had to add Bhai to his username for the partnership to take place. In June of 2022, Nothing set up a manufacturing facility in Chennai to ramp up production. And here is why we think Nothing has a huge potential to capture a significant market share in India. The premium smartphone market, that is the ones costing between 50,000 to 70,000 rupees, is currently dominated by Apple's iPhones and Samsung's Galaxy flagships. This segment makes up for 3% of all the phones sold in India and is currently witnessing a 50% year-on-year growth. Similarly, the mid-premium segment, that is phones between 30K to 50K, have registered a 37% growth year-on-year with an overall market share of 5%. And you know what? Nothing's Phone 2 is very well positioned to take on this segment. The mass segment, that is phones between 8,000 to 15,000 rupees, has underperformed in the country with a 14% year-on-year decline. This segment accounts for 44% of all the smartphones sold in the country. However, Nothing is not interested in entering this segment. This 15 to 30k mid-premium segment is the sweet spot Nothing is trying to get into with the launch of Phone 2A. Phone 2A, which got teased early this year and is now creating a lot of buzz on social media. Over time, we expect Nothing to get a strong hold on these two segments and become a major player in the hyper-competitive smartphone market. So we talked a lot about Nothing, and you may be wondering, how can it help me? Here are the 3 things you can learn from it. Number 1, a strong founder brand on social media helps build deeper connections with your users. Number 2, while entering into a saturated and competitive market, you can play on your strengths like Nothing did with its unique design and innovative marketing to grab a market share away from incumbents. And number 3, perhaps the most important learning, you must nurture a community of fans and users to receive rapid feedback, get support in product launches, and even funding. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, share and subscribe. This is Airtribe signing off.